Let's talk about the Hawks, bro. Let's talk. I'm not watching this full video, but
another domino is falling.
Dejounte
Dejounte Murry just got traded to the Pelicans about 2 hours ago. But I'm finally here to record a video. Now, originally, I was out playing some golf, and I saw this first tweet. New Orleans has landed Dejounte Murray to anchor the...
Bro, the Pelicans have Dejounte Murray, Brandon Ingram, CJ McCollum, Herb Jones, Trey Murphy, Zion. That's 6 players. That's 6 players. And now they have Dejounte. That's 7. That's 7 great pieces. All for Dyson Daniels and Larry Nance Jr. We got fleeced out of our mind, bro. And it's like, all my emotions they're all gone. They're all gone. I'm just numb to the pain right now. I'm just waiting for Trey to get traded because it really looks like we're finna rebuild, or we're trying to rebuild around Trey.
Pelicans back.
Not even that. We traded him for potato shavings, bro.
And I was like, whoa, that's huge. Because I feel like for the last month or two, everybody had been mocking Dejounte to the Pelicans.
Yeah, and better trades than that too.
Win-win thing where it was Brandon Ingram going back to Atlanta. Trey Young has a new running mate, Brandon Ingram, and the Pelicans finally...
That's literally what I thought was going to happen. We trade for Ingram. We get a wing. We have Bogey slide to the 2. But no. What we... Bro, if the Pelicans really wanted to, they would have Dejounte, Herb Jones, Brandon Ingram. No, Dejounte, CJ McCollum, Brandon Ingram, Zion, and Valanciunas.
Finally have a real point guard, but instead that's not even what the package is. It is Larry Nance, it is Dyson Daniels, it is a 2025 first round pick via the Lakers. That was the pick that
put me as the GM, dude.
They could have took it this year. They decided to bet against LeBron James and stuff, his old age, and maybe next year they missed the playoffs completely, and that pick is a little bit more valuable. And then a 2027 first round pick that is the least favorable of the Bucks and the Pelicans one. So it is not the trade that we mocked up, but it's a trade that we like, man. The Pelicans have been an interesting team, let's say that.
They have.
Because
I don't know how they have all this talent and still barely make the playoffs. And then 1 year, they haven't made the playoffs. They only made 1 year playoff, and y'all got booted by the Suns as the 8th seed.
Still had this one, and I knew it was bad. We had made videos about the Pelicans, how they, as a team, didn't make sense. The fact that they were good, but also awful in the clutch.
I hope the worst for that team. I ain't gonna lie. I hope 2 teams I hope the worst for is the Pelicans and the Wizards. Cause Sarr don't want to come play for Atlanta, even though you lived in Atlanta and you played for OTE. What's wrong? So you want to get you want to get lost by Jordan Poole and Kyle Kuzma, and you're not even gonna touch the ball because they're gonna use the let it cook method. Because Zion was injured, man. I ain't gonna lie, Zion did get injured at the end when he was in the playoff. The play-in. I don't know. I don't think he's gonna get injured this year. I hope he don't. But I mess with Dejounte. I just hope the best for him. But other than that, bro, the Hawks need to sell the team to Seattle.
And also never won fourth quarters. It made 0 sense for them to be a playoff team, but they thugged it out. It also made 0 sense that their starting 5 had a negative net rating, but somehow they made the play. Like, it is a team with a bunch of improbable circumstances that still led to W's. That was one of the reasons why I really enjoy watching them play. But Woj said this tweet, because I saw a lot of things, because again, I was a little bit late to the party here, where people were saying, oh, I guess that means that Dejounte Murray's getting traded. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Brandon Ingram's getting traded in a different deal, and that's still possible.
I think B.I.'s getting traded.
But Woj said that the Pelicans
I don't know where y'all get this money from if y'all don't, because y'all got to pay them rookies. Oh, wait. Y'all already paid Herb Jones and Trey Murphy. I don't know where they're getting around.
Here's the actual tweet. New Orleans was 0-24 when trailing entering the fourth quarter. 2-14 in close games. And see, Murray is a player who can generate offense late in games. Pels remain committed to the core that includes Zion, CJ McCollum, and they're trying to find common ground with Brandon Ingram on a contract. So it's still possible that
we really traded Dejounte. Like, we just left Trey all by himself. And we don't have John Collins no more. We just left him by himself. We don't have no Dejounte. We don't have no John Collins. We have Clint motherfucking Capella.
Brandon Ingram could get traded, but they're trying to run it out. And whoa, what a pickup, man. Considering the price that you paid, I love it. I still don't know what that lineup looks like, assuming that, let's say they do figure something out with Brandon Ingram, because in my personal opinion, when I looked at the Pelicans going into this offseason, I thought there was no world where Herb Jones and Trey Murphy III weren't the starting wings on this team. And if you extend Brandon Ingram here, there's a world where neither of those two guys are the starter for the team. I just don't know.
Pelicans just stacking up too much good guys. Someone's getting traded or someone's leaving, and I hope they was going to Atlanta, but it doesn't seem that way.
I just don't know. Again, this is a good get given the price that you paid. You've been looking for a point guard. You've needed a point guard, and Dejounte Murray is a. Let's be real, he's a point guard. The experiment in Atlanta, him playing off ball, not full time, but him playing off ball just didn't really work out. And it felt as though when Trae Young went down with his injury, and they really allowed Dejounte to be the point guard, things looking a little bit better for him.
And we traded him. We traded him for Larry Nance and Dyson Daniels.
Specifically, he even had he had a lot of game winners this year, so he helps that with that 0-24 with Trill in the fourth quarter. But you have so many.
How do we even get another star when we traded our picks? We traded our picks to get Dejounte, and then we traded him out for some picks that are probably not even going to be valuable. It's probably not even going to be valuable, man. He's opting and becoming a free agent. Oh yeah, he definitely coming back. I think he wants to reconstruct his contract because it's getting time for it to leave the NBA. I ain't gonna lie.
Starter quality players.
Or he might take a pay cut so he can get other players on the team.
Pelicans, I think earlier in the season on the Kenny Beecham podcast, we were ranking teams in their depth. The Pelicans were so high on the list because they had players who were like, oh, Brandon Ingram is injured. Oh, that's cool. We're gonna have Trey Murphy III jump in. Oh, CJ McCollum is injured. Hey, let's have Dyson Daniels start. Oh, you have this guy injured. Oh, Larry Nance is here to play full-time 5 minutes. Like, they just were a really deep team, and they continue to be that because, like, I don't know what this lineup looks like. It said they're committed to Zion and CJ McCollum as a core. So that means that you're not sitting CJ.
So CJ gonna stay? I ain't gonna lie, CJ gotta go, bro. CJ, he's getting old. He gotta go.
Call him to the bench. So does Dejounte Murray, CJ McCollum, Brandon Ingram, Z, and 5-man to be named later? Is it Eve Missy? Is that how you pronounce it, Missy? Is that your 5-man? Because Val is a free agent. I don't think they're going to bring him back.
Actually leaving.
But that means that Herb Jones and Trey Murphy III are dedicated to the bench. And Herb Jones, one of the best defensive players in basketball.
That's what I'm saying. And we got... Yeah, I seen Russ. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why Russ staying. That team's... I don't see no point in staying with that team. That team is breaking down. It's breaking down. Kawhi is always going to be hurt. PG is going to another team. That means it's gonna be Russ and Kawhi. So it's really Russ' team.
So they have a lot of decisions to make, and maybe that does mean that they're gonna gear themselves up for a different trade with Brandon Ingram, where maybe they're not getting back.
But we could have got him. That's the thing. We literally could have got him, but we didn't. We settled. I don't know what weed they're smoking in the office, but they need to stop it. Not Travis Slank. Landry Fields need A-Train.
Now talent, but replenishing some of these draft capital picks. I don't know. It's a worthy bet just because you desperately need a point guard. And I remember when they traded for CJ McCollum again, I thought it was a good...
When I thought he was going to opt out his contract, I thought he was going to the Warriors. Not the Warriors. I thought he was going to the Thunder to play backup PG. Because the draft pick they drafted, he's out the rest of the season. The whole season. Because he's hurt.
Trade on paper, but it didn't answer a lot of their questions. And CJ... did a fine job, an okay job translating from a full-time 2 to mostly a 1. It just didn't work out. I did enjoy Zion too, but you really needed a guy to get things going. And again, it's one of the worst clutch offenses in basketball. Dejounte's a guy that can settle some things down. Let's talk about the other side of this trade for the Atlanta Hawks. I'm seeing people clown the Atlanta Hawks for this trade.
They should.
I don't hate it.
Fields bro. I don't want to get on here and say something I'm going to regret later. But Fields need to field. Field need to go in that field, if you know what I mean, Murry.
Given where the league is, right? And given that we all knew, if you had watched more than 3 games of the Atlanta Hawks this season, you know that they had to make a decision between those 2 guards, right? So you knew. And if we knew at home.
Personally, I think we would have had a better team if we traded Trey. because Trey has more value, and Dejounte is he's great. He's great. So if we get better assets from a trade and still be very content with Dejounte at the 1, I ain't gonna lie, we probably would have been a better team than what we are now.
Then general managers across basketball knew that Dejounte Murray's value wasn't as high because you want.
But the GM knows whatever sell tickets I'm gonna do. I don't care to win a championship. I just want to make money, and they know it. He knows Trae Young's make the money. Trae Young make the money. He doesn't care for a championship. And as soon as we realize, as fans realize that, we gotta make some noise, dude. One team I'm scared of is playing France. Yeah, I seen like a highlight of Gobert throwing a lob to Wemby. I think
Aren't gonna bring both of them back together, right? So I think a lot of people thought that because it wasn't Brandon Ingram, this is an L trade. I don't feel
no.
that way.
I do. You could have got another star. It didn't even have to be Brandon Ingram, but he was the best fit to me. But you could have got another star. You got Dyson Daniels and Larry Nance Jr.
This is a team that that traded a bunch of picks to get Dejounte Murray. And if I'm not mistaken, one of the picks they traded away was their own 2025. And the 2024 draft is over and everything. And everybody has shifted gears to 2025. And my God, the way people are talking about 2025 draft class, it's worth having a pick that is a Lakers pick. And let's be real, the Lakers still have LeBron. They still have Anthony Davis. It's probably not going to end up the first overall pick in this draft.
You know what I'm saying? It's not even going to be top 10. This Landry Fields, bro. Landry Fields.
But you
know what we need? We need a white man in the front office. He knows. We need Brad Stevens.
Still a pick to attach yourself to for 2025. Dyson Daniels is a worthy bet. He's not much on offense, other than him being a positive passer. That's what I'm saying. He's not much on offense. But if
he has no offensive bag. So what we're gonna have to do again is what we did before we had Dejounte Murray. Trae Young's gonna be the number 1 scorer, and only gonna be the scorer. He's gonna be the number 1 scorer. And once Trae Young goes down with an injury, the whole team disappears. The whole team disappears. But when we had Dejounte, that's how we made the plan. When we had Dejounte, we had someone to rely on. Nobody on that team except Jalen Johnson. I know Jalen Johnson is not finna average fucking what Dejounte was. I don't know. Hey man, I wouldn't be mad if we rebuild at the trade deadline. We should have got Keontae George. That's all I'm gonna say. If we traded Dejounte for that, we might as well should have got Keontae George.
You've been watching. He is one of my favorite defensive players in basketball. He's going to get deflections out of this world, and I think Atlanta Hawks can.
I ain't gonna lie, Sam Presti is 1-1. We ain't never getting Sam Presti unless we give him. I ain't gonna lie. I'll give Sam Presti Trae Young bag. Send all them mills to Sam Presti. And then, yeah, it could just flip budgets. I ain't gonna lie.
Is going to like him. This is kind of like sometimes... Especially, this is a new regime for Atlanta, right? This is a new regime. This is Landry Fields making these decisions. He made a decision yesterday trading Adrian.
AJ, fucking! Oh my God! Don't piss me off. Don't piss me off, Kenny. We traded AJ Griffin for the 44th pick. Now, mind you, I looked at his highlights. He looks better than the first pick we got. I ain't gonna lie. He looks nasty. He looks nasty, bro. I think it was like Nikola. How you spell Nikola? Nikola. I ain't gonna lie. He looks nasty. Just watch. I don't watch The Boys. I don't want to get spoiled, dude. I'm gonna start it sometime. Just watch. Us. Hey! He dunks everything else, though. He just don't want to dunk that. Nice. And he could shoot. Bing. That was so smooth. Bang. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know why it's not showing him dunking everything, because that's what I seen.
T-Mobile is transforming colleges and
Why,
universities.
why embarrass me in front of on-stream, bro?
Igrači za sada nemaju poene, ali pazite ovo, Jelavić ima
Look,
8
he, hey!
Lopta jest za Megu. Đurišić je
Hey!
prošao I kucao.
He looks good. Nikola looks good, bro. Haha. Hey!
Poena.
But knowing Quinn, he's not gonna play him. He's literally not gonna play him.
Griffin,
First
AJ
episode gonna be
Griffin
crazy?
for
I
what, the
bet, bro.
40-something overall pick in his class. He's obviously trying to shape the roster to his liking. But I think this can be an addition by subtraction type of thing. Again, you're obviously losing a lot of talent with Dejounte Murray going out of the door. But
And we traded AJ, and when we played AJ was he was putting up numbers, dude. I think he was averaging like what 15 when we was playing him, and then Quinn came in when Nate got fired, and he barely even played him. Like I don't know, man.
again, I don't hate this. This gears you up from a couple different options. Obviously, you continue to play alongside Trae Young and try to build a team around him.
Who's the second piece? It used to be Trae Young, John Collins. John Collins is out. We brung Dejounte. And we actually had a year when we had John Collins, Trae, and Dejounte. But no, second year it was Trae Young, Dejounte. Now it's just Trae Young. It's just Trae Young. Who?
If that's not
My nigga Dyson Daniels? No.
working in February, you just replenish 2 first-round picks for Dejounte
Trae Young and Jalen Johnson? I could kind of see it.
Murray, and you can also get more first-round picks for Trae Young. So this is not one of them trades where I'm immediately looking like, oh my God, this team's super finessed, because there is no leverage from one of the teams. Like we have to continue to think about that. Like a true talent for talent trade, objectively, the Atlanta Hawks lost the trade. Talent
Obviously.
for talent. But that's
Obviously.
not what trades are in basketball all of the time. You got 2 first-round picks for a guy that you knew you weren't gonna bring back. Feel like that's a win.
And we could have got something better, Kenny. We could have got something better. We could have had Keontae, a good young guy. I'd rather have Keontae George than Dyson Daniels. We could have had Keontae and some couple picks. And you know the Jazz have a bunch of picks. But no, you know who we got? Dyson Daniels, Larry Nance Jr., and 2 first rounds.
I don't know exactly what the starting lineup looks like for Atlanta. This means that you're pairing Dyson Daniels with Trae Young in the backcourt, because I think it could work out if
I seen this.
If,
I kinda
if
am
you
excited for
feel
Baby
like
Tron and,
Dyson
yeah.
can develop his 3-point shot a little bit more, but having an offensive-minded guy to play alongside Trae Young in the backcourt makes a ton of sense to me.
Wait, say it
Find a
again?
guy to play alongside Trae Young in the backcourt makes a ton of sense to me.
Maybe they're gonna get Bogey again.
I think it will be looked at a little bit differently if like the first
Or if we get Kevin Huerter. I'm fine with Kevin Huerter coming back. But no. That's not what we do. You know, we're probably going to trade Trae Young for, I don't know, somebody a bum. I don't get this team, dude. I don't get this team.
overall pick in this draft was somebody that everybody was in love with. Because then you look at the Atlanta Hawks core and you're like, okay, like, yeah, Trae Young is still a young player. Trae Young is still a young player.
He is, and we're wasting him. That's basically what we're doing.
It don't feel that way because he's been in our lives for a long time and he had a conference finals appearance at once upon a time. He is still a young player. It's just more a matter of fact for him, is he okay and willing to maybe have a season or two where the team is not competing for playoff spots? But brother, that's kind of what the last couple seasons feels like.
That's literally it.
So take a small step back with the idea of redoing the team around Trae Young, or again making a decision down the line that Trae Young is not the guy you want to build around. If I'm grading this trade for the Pelicans based on today,
I'm giving them an A. I'm giving them an A.
giving it like a smooth A, not an A plus,
Told you,
but a
like
smooth
an
A because I do
And then for the Hawks, I give it a C plus.
believe they still have more decisions to make on who's starting or who's staying. And for the Atlanta Hawks, maybe it's
I
a
think
C
Tron
plus.
gonna have
Like
the
it's
best grade.
it's above passing grade for me personally. And maybe
Oh, did
I'm
we
just
say
a
the same thing?
C plus? Like it's
Hey, me and Kenny locked in, dude. We locked
it's
in.
above passing grade for me personally. And maybe I'm just a big Dyson Daniels fan. Maybe that's really what it is. But I don't hate this
That
as
man
much
has
as
no
what seems
offense.
like the consensus is.
He
on
has
Twitter.
defense, and Trae Young needs defense.
Good
That man
trade.
has
Good
no
trade.
offense.
Fun trade. I feel like there's more
Bro, Kenny, y'all got
dominoes to
Kitty.
fall.
Y'all got Josh Kitty in y'all life, man.